back at Rochester High School for the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance pregame show. Time now for the starting fighters. Yeah, that was last night. Starting lineup for the 19-5 Oak Hill Golden Eagles. At one guard will be a 5'3" sophomore, Kristen Du Bois. At the second guard will be a 5'7" freshman, Janessa Hasty. The third guard will be a 5'11" senior, Abby Scott. At one forward, a 5'10" senior, Tony Lotzenheiser. And the other forward will be a 5'11" senior, Gerlin Miller. Oak Hill coached by Mr. Todd Law. Now for the number 2, Rochester Lady Zebras, carrying a record of 22-1. At one guard will be a 5'3" senior, Alexa Holland. The second guard, a 5'5" senior, Becky Malco. Third guard, 5'6" senior, Allie Larkin. Fourth guard, 5'5" sophomore, Morgan Ruff. And in the middle tonight, 6'2" senior, 6'2" sophomore, Kennedy Musselman, Rochester coached by Mr. Tony Stasiak. What a fantastic Zebra showing tonight.
It is. It's a great atmosphere, and these are the kind of games you love to see around the state in high school basketball. I don't know what kind of crowds Oak Hill's had the opportunity to play in front of this year, but Rochester, this is not their first rodeo in front of a big crowd.
No, in fact, it's the third or fourth big crowd in less than a year.
You're right.
And going all the way back to Warsaw.
Yeah, you're right. We had a big crowd this season just a few weeks ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, with Tippecanoe Valley came here.
Oak Hill with their road navies, the Rochester Zebras in their home whites. It will be Scott and Malco to jump center. And Rochester will go to our left.
And I think with the physicality of last night's game, the quicker Rochester can jump out on top, the more comfortable they will become as this game goes on.
So here we go, the championship game underway, and Oak Hill controls the tip. And Du Bois will walk it through the center circle against the triangle and 2 defense. Left side pass to Hasty. Hasty against Holland, now top of the key to Du Bois. Du Bois back to Hasty, just inside the 3-point line. 18-footers no good. Off the top of the backboard will go to Rochester.
Great job by 3 of the Rochester Lady Zebras blocking out as Larkin and Ruff and Musselman all had a body on somebody.
30 seconds gone. Rochester the basketball, looking to strike first. High on the right side is Holland. X with the basketball. Now to Larkin in the right corner. Back to Holland high on the right side. X, left side pass to Malco. She's in the lane. Cut off by the defense. Loses the handle. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up by Holland. Now Ruff has it. Well, apparently we've answered the question. Are they going to let him play?
Yeah.
X in the lane. Her layup on the way is short. Ruff with the rebound. Mo kicks it out to Larkin. 3 straight away for the Zebras is no good. Musselman with the rebound. Kennedy's put back on the way is going to be no good. We're going to have a travel.
Oh, she turned the wrong way. She did a great job of getting that rebound. She felt the defense on her. She just turned back to the middle instead of going to the baseline.
Rochester in a full court press. Du Bois will look to get it in. Does so to Lotzenheiser. Lotzenheiser against Malco in that triangle and 2 defense. The other one being chased is Scott, and Mo's chasing her. Lotzenheiser between the rings, goes left side. Now between the rings again, left side to Hasty. Hasty for Oak Hill, brings it to the top of the key. No score here at Rochester, minute 15 gone in the game. High on the right side is Miller. Miller holds the basketball, not even looking to advance it. Now to Scott.
Musselman directing traffic back on the lane so that everybody knows where the people are that are cutting.
Du Bois has it now between the rings. Rochester in that triangle and 2. Now Hasty back to Du Bois, top of the key. Down low to a wide open Scott, and she puts it in for 2. And Oak Hill strikes first. It's 2-0. Abby Scott, well, we talked to Coach Stasiak in the pregame, and if Oak Hill goes, Scott's going to have a big game. Yep. And then Scott knocks the basketball out of bounds off of the Malco shot. It will stay with Rochester baseline right. Becky will look to trigger it in, baseline right, 2-0 Oak Hill. 2 minutes gone in the first quarter. Holland on the right baseline, looks at a 3, passes it up, now right wing to Malco. Thought about a 3, now will step back, she'll fire a 3 for the lead, no good, and a rebound to Oak Hill. Hasty pushes for the Lady Eagles. Through the center circle, now in the middle of the floor at the volleyball line. Works left wing to Du Bois, and she'll bring it out and reset for Oak Hill. Du Bois with the basketball. Between the circles, bounce pass to Scott on the near side. Top of the key to Miller. Miller holds the ball at her waist. Left side to Du Bois. 3, left wing for Oak Hill is good, and the Lady Eagles lead 5-0. 5.5 to play first quarter. Malco through the center circle. Works against the man-to-man defense. Drives hard, kicks it out to Holland. X on the left wing, step back. Now drives to the middle of the floor. Gives to Larkin on the right wing. Allie with the basketball, gets a screen from Holland. Gets it back to Holland on the right side. Behind the arc, X with the basketball, down low to Musselman. Kennedy backs her way in, throws up a shot, it's good!
Great pass by Holland to get it down low. A little English on the pass to get around the defense, and it worked.
5-2. Rochester cuts the Oak Hill lead to 3. High on the left side is Hasty, looking down low, and throws it out of bounds. Nobody standing there.
First turnover for Oak Hill.
Rochester going to get it back, down by 3, under 5 to play in the first quarter. We're in the championship game of the Rochester Sectional. Winner of this will go to Eastern next week to play Eastbrook or Taylor. Holland high on the right side, gets a screen from Musselman. Works to the left wing on the pick and roll, can't get Musselman, but X has it behind the arc. Now to Becky Malco around the defense. Now at the free throw line, cut off by the double team, and we're going to have a tie-up, and it's going to stay with the Rochester. Out of bounds, baseline left, 4:39 to play in the first quarter.
Well, Eastbrook's seen Becky Malco do that a number of times. They've seen her do it a lot of times just this week in the 2 previous games.
You're not kidding.
And they are plugging up that paint. They got all 5 girls playing defense in the paint.
Larkin to Malco, between the rings of the volleyball line, drives it right hard. Her layup on the way is good, and it's 5-4. Oak Hill lead down to 1. The Eagles push it up the floor. Left side to Hasty. Hasty on the baseline. Nice recovery by Allie Larkin to Du Bois, and Kennedy is going to be, woo!
Knocks it out of bounds.
Should have been a foul on the reach in, but it'll be Oak Hill basketball out of bounds, baseline left, as Du Bois will look to trigger it in. Du Bois looks to get it in for Oak Hill. 5-4 Lady Eagles, gets it into Scott. Scott over the Musselman jumper, no good. The putback by Oak Hill is good. Miller with the bucket, yep. Kennedy did a nice job affecting the jumper by Scott, but nobody put a body on Miller to block her out. Holland, 3 for the tie, is short. Musselman to the rebound. Kennedy puts it back up. No good. Why she turned that way is beyond me. And the rebound to Scott. Oak Hill pushes up the floor.
It's a learning experience.
Du Bois backs it out to the center circle. 7-4 Oak Hill. 3:50 to play in the first quarter. Left side to Scott. Scott against Ruff in the triangle and 2. Gives to Lotzenheiser, and before this, she comes down, gets it to Hastings in the corner. Hasty to Miller, jumper over Musselman's no good. Good block out by Larkin, ball loose on the floor. Oak Hill comes out of there with it. Now quickly to Scott, goes to the baseline, throws up a tough shot that goes in. 9-4. Oak Hill up by 5 again with 3:20 to play in the first quarter. Malco against the man-to-man defense. Behind the arc, top of the key. Crossover dribble in the paint. Goes to the basket, foul on the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Again, Becky Malco attacking into the paint. Oak Hill trying to pack it down in there. That time she's able to find a seam.
Becky Malco will go to the line to shoot 2.
Foul on Du Bois, her first, team first.
Emma Dahlquist will come into the next opportunity for Rochester.
Malco did not shoot a free throw at all last night in her 18 points against Southwood.
First one's nothing but net. Dahlquist in, Musselman out. Also in for the first time is Wilk, Roby, and McCorkle for Oak Hill. I was just getting the first 5 down. Now I got to learn 3 new ones. Second one for Malco's good again. 9-6. Oak Hill lead is 3 with 3:15 to play. McCorkle over the top of the defense to Scott. Scott over the top to McCorkle between the rings. Oh, she almost double dribbled. Almost picks up her dribble, now does. Now to Scott between the circles. Works right side.
Oh, you can't leave him wide open on the baseline, though.
Yeah, Lotzenheiser travels. You're right, though, Brad. Nice recovery by the Zebra defense.
You know, Rochester trying to trap in the corner, but Dahlquist came out on the trap on the baseline, which left Wick right open underneath, and Lockenheimer was trying to get it to her, but traveled in the process. Lexa Holland struggling in this tournament. She's only had 6 against Northfield and 5 last night against Southwood. You know she's wanting to find her rhythm.
You're right. That's exactly what Coach Stasiak said in the pregame, too. Dahlquist on the left block. Down low. Kicks it out to Malco on the left wing. Top to Holland. Rochester down by 3. 2:40 to play in the first quarter. Malco left wing. Now the elbow. Now in the paint. Rises up. Puts it off the glass. No good. But another foul coming on Oak Hill. And Becky will go back to the line to shoot 2.
Well, this foul coming against Lottenheiser. That's her first.
Good.
Team second.
So Becky Malco at the line to shoot 2 for the Lady Zebras, looking to cut this Oak Hill lead to 1. 2:39 to play in the first quarter. Oak Hill leading 9-6, and they have led the entire first quarter. First one by the senior is good. Becky is 3 for 3 in this quarter with one more coming. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Great crowd here for a championship game at Rochester High School. Second one for the senior. It's good again. 9-8, full court press by the Lady Zebras.
Malco now with 6 of the 8 for Rochester.
Lotzenheiser over the defense. Gives outside to Scott. Scott pushes up the floor, and we're going to have an illegal screen on Oak Hill. And that whistle is going to be whistled against Roby, and it's going to go back to Rochester, and they're looking for the first lead of the game.
Well, it's a good thing that they got bailed out by the foul because Scott had an open path
all the way.
Layup.
Yepper.
Rochester got caught out of position on the press.
So Malco will bring the ball through the center circle. 2:25 to play in the first quarter. Rochester down by 1. Right side to Holland. Holland, 3 for the lead. Good! 11-9, ball tipped, but right there is Lotzenheiser to pick it up. Lotzenheiser across the timeline. Now McCorkle. McCorkle against Holland. Look out, young lady. You're about to get a lesson. Outside left. To Roby. Late ball loose, picked up by Oak Hill. Lotzenheiser against the double team. Runs over the defense. Oh!
We're going to call Malco on the block. Lotzenheimer had the elbow in the push, but the foul went the other way.
That's an awful call. That is an awful call.
Well, you know, he was standing behind the offensive player, so he probably didn't see the elbow come out.
Boy, I tell you what.
We've got the side view,
yeah,
so we could see the elbow come out. Now, there are 3 officials, and why one of the other 2 didn't help him out.
Yeah.
Beyond me.
11-9 Rochester. 2 minutes to play first quarter. McCorkle in the center circle works against Holland. McCorkle is a freshman, and the ball stolen by Ruff. Mo, middle of the floor, will go to the basket, foul the shot, she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And that's just a matter of Morgan Ruff anticipating a passing lane and jumping the ball.
Minute 45 to play first quarter. Rochester up 11-9. And sophomore Morgan Ruff at the line to shoot 2 for the Lady Zebras.
Turner picking up the foul. That's her first.
Mo eyes the first one. Lets it fly. Little short. Okay. First free throw. Sectional championship out of the way this year. Let's go get another one.
Ruff's usually a pretty good free throw shooter, just about 70%.
Mo eyes the second one. This one's too hard. Rebound to Oak Hill. Lotzenheiser rips and runs for the Golden Eagles. Works to the right wing. Picks up her dribble. Over the top of the defense to Trexler. Now to Lotzenheimer. McCorkle, just a freshman, against a double team, and she travels. That trap forced a turnover. Yeah. Rochester going to get it back.
That's the 5th turnover now for Oak Hill.
Minute 36 to play, first quarter. Rochester up 11-9. Malco will run the point, and this is about the time of a quarter where Rochester will like to take about,
dribble out the clock and get
89
the last
seconds.
shot. But I would suspect that they're going to attack if they got an opening.
Lotzenheiser with 1 foul. Malco left elbow. She'll go to the rack. Loses the handle. Holland picks it up. Probably double dribble.
I would agree with you on that.
Mo is going to be fouled on the reach in by McCorkle, and that's the 15th foul on Oak Hill with 70 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Right. If Rochester can continue to attack the basket like they have been, Malco and Ruff and Holland, they could very well quickly get into the 1-on-1 in the bonus in the second quarter.
It's not as hostile tonight early on as it was last night between Oak Hill and Whitco fans.
Well, Wabash and Oak Hill got a little bit of rivalry going on there.
3 for Holland, misses badly. McCorkle with the rebound.
There isn't that rivalry with Rochester because we don't play each other in the regular season.
Trexel going to be fouled on the shot. Is that going to be X or is that going to be Dahlquist? Nope. It'll be on the floor.
So Dahlquist will pick up the foul. That'll be her first, team second.
Minute to play, first quarter. It'll be out of bounds to Oak Hill, baseline right. Coach Law not happy with that one either. Well, the official that called the foul called it on the floor. Yeah. So now the officials are talking about it, and we're going to see what happens. It's going to be on the floor.
If the foul's on Dahlquist, it was on the floor. If they would call the foul on X, then she was shooting.
Yeah, I agree. So it'll be out of bounds to Oak Hill, baseline right. McCorkle will look to trigger it in. McCorkle looking. Lobs it in to Lotzenheiser. Her jumper over Dahlquist off the back of the rim and no good. Offensive rebound, ball being tipped around. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Dahlquist on that far side. It'll stay with Oak Hill with 53.4 to play in the first quarter. 11-9. Rochester leads here at Rochester High School in the sectional championship game. Wilkes now will look to trigger it in around Dahlquist. Wilkes looking, bounce pass is to McCorkle. High on the left side with 50. McCorkle backs it out to the volleyball line with 47. McCorkle with the basketball. To Wilkes, over the top to Lotzenheiser, back to McCorkle. McCorkle drives, his ball's ripped away, it's loose on the floor, picked up by Rochester with 38. Howell with the basketball with 34. Across the timeline to Malco with 30. Rochester now looking for the final shot of the period, up by 2. Malco between her legs, goes to the left elbow, backs it out with 22. Becky with 20 in the center circle, goes left, runs away from the defense, kicks it out, wraparound pass to Larkin near the scorer's table with 13. Larkin dribbles right to the right wing, now to Holland with 9. X around the defense with 8, steps back to the volleyball line to 6, gets a pick, goes right hard. Her layup away is off the mark, no good. Rebound to Oak Hill. Oak Hill, the three-quarter court shot at the buzzer, no good. After 1, Rochester leads 11-9. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. Going to the second quarter, Rochester leading 11-9. Well, Bradley, 1 down, 3 to go.
Yeah, at the end of the first quarter at Eastern High School, it's Eastbrook 11, Taylor 3.
Yeah, we kind of expected if we got to East. Well, whoever wins this game would get Eastern next week.
Eastbrook.
Eastbrook, I'm sorry, yeah.
At Eastern.
Yeah. Oak Hill starts the basketball here in this second quarter. As Scott's back in the game. We saw her yesterday nursing an ankle. She's back in the game.
We talked at halftime, the pace of this basketball game, and with both of these teams having played last night, whose legs are going to last the longest? Rochester
now in a 1-3-1 zone. Scott around the defense to Trexel. McCorkle top of the key. McCorkle gets instructions from Coach Law on the sideline. Now looking to pass left side. She just looking to get rid of it. The pass almost tipped away, but right there's Oak Hill to pick it up. Trexel over the top to McCorkle. Back to Trexel in the corner to a wide open Scott for 3. Is short, and the rebound to Malco. Becky rips and runs through the defense. Ball loose, ball on the floor. Rochester are going to tie up, and it's going to stay with the Lady Zebras. I like it. Get in there, Mo. Get in there, young lady, and mix her up.
She was trailing Malco coming down the floor, and it was a good thing because Malco got into traffic, lost the handle on the basketball. Mo, just like she usually does, dives in head first.
I like it.
Grabs a hold of it.
45 seconds gone, first half. Rochester up by 2. Musselman back in the game. Larkin 3, left wing on the way. It's good!
Allie Larkin with a big three-pointer for Rochester.
14-9 Rochester, biggest lead of the game. Shot outside to McCorkle.
She'll hit 2 or 3 of those a game, but her money is that 10-footer.
McCorkle, oh my goodness, Kennedy.
Well,
Miller is fouled on the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I can't fault Kennedy for that. She had her hands up. She thought she was kind of getting a finger or a tie-up on the basketball, and Miller just kind of flipped the wrist and got it off the glass and in.
Lotzenheiser back into the game for Oak Hill. So, at the free throw line is Miller, the 5'11 senior.
This is the first free throw for Oak Hill tonight.
Free throw's no good. Offensive rebound. Trexel lowers her shoulder. No call. And she's going to lose it out of bounds thanks to Mo. I'm not sure how they whistled against Oak Hill touching the out of bounds.
Mo knocked it off her shin. So
oh, she did?
Yes.
I must have missed that one.
It rolled right off the end of her foot.
Rochester gets it back up by 3. A minute gone in the second quarter. Holland left wing for Rochester. Back to Malco, behind the arc, now to Larkin.
Zoned by Oak Hill.
Now to Malco. Drives in the paint, down low to Musselman. Kennedy's fouled on the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. I like it.
Yep, great job. Work that ball in, get the fouls called. That foul found Roby. That's her second.
After 1, Tippecanoe Valley leads Fairfield 10-8.
Okay, tight game for Valley. Rochester just one free throw away to being in the bonus.
Kennedy's free throw, yepper. You know, here's something pretty cool, Bradley.
Yeah.
You got 3 TRC teams playing for a championship tonight.
Right. Well, we had 3 teams win regionals last year, so that's pretty cool.
Kennedy with 1 more. 6'2 sophomore leaves it short, and the rebound to Oak Hill. And they push. Du Bois back in the game. Left elbow. Now we'll pull it out behind the three-point line and reset at the volleyball line. Rochester in a box and, triangle and 2 again. Du Bois in the center circle. Drives it left. Bounce pass to McCorkle. McCorkle on the baseline. To Miller, and she misses the jumper. Musselman to the rebound. Clears to Larkin, down to Holland. Rochester by 4. 6:10 to play, first half. Holland left wing. Gives in the left corner to Moe. Ruff with the basketball. Back to Holland high on the left side. 6 minutes to play, first half. X between the rings and the volleyball line. Backs it out and resets for Rochester. Now to Malco high on the right side. 2 minutes gone. Larkin for 3, right baseline. Good!
Larkin had to put a little extra rainbow on that one, but it still came down it through the rim.
Rochester by 7. Du Bois, left wing, works against Larkin. Takes her in the paint, pushes off. Holland picks her pocket. X now will push. Rochester by 7.
Biggest lead by anybody.
Larkin back to Holland. Swings near side to Malco. Becky with the basketball. Back to Holland. 3 quickly. Top of the key is short. Musselman with the rebound. Kennedy put back on the way. And we're going to have a foul down low. Boy, she could have been called for a charge too.
She was lucky. Lautenheimer going to pick up her second. Rochester now in the 1-and-1.
Well, Coach Law's arguing his kids do that every trip down the floor. So Kennedy will go to the free throw line to shoot 1 in the bonus with 5.5 to play. And what you just say, Lautenheimer picks up 2?
Yes, that's her second. And Rochester in the bonus now with 5.5 to go here in the second quarter and a 7-point lead.
Trexler back in the game. Lautenheimer comes out with 2 free throws. Lautenheiser, I'm sorry. So Musselman at the line to shoot 2. Kennedy eyes the first one, lets it fly. Good.
That's the important one. You got to make the first of a bonus.
1 more coming for the 6'2 sophomore. Kennedy 5-ish.
4 right now.
Okay. 19-11. Rochester an opportunity to push this one to 9. She does not, but an offense. Nope. We're going to have an offensive rebound. Foul. Is that going to be in Holland?
I would have called the tie-up, but they're going to get Holland for having her arms stuck up there.
No. That's going to be
on Oak Hill?
No, that's going to be on Ruff.
Oh, on Ruff. I didn't even see Ruff come in there.
I didn't either.
That's her first, team third.
Hasty back in. Who came out?
Lautenheimer.
Somebody's got to come out.
Oh.
We got 6.
Yeah, there you go. The freshman's coming out.
That's no fair. That's cheating. 5:27 to play first quarter. Rochester by 8 at 19-11. Full court press by Rochester. Trexler over the top of the defense to Scott. She crosses the timeline right. Scott all the way to the blocks. Jump stop, right side, outside to Trexler. Her jumper from the top of the key is good.
That's just a 2.
19-13. Rochester up and with the basketball. 3 minutes gone in the first half. Ruff with the basketball, left wing. Fakes the pass to the corner. Dribbles around the defense. Now to Holland, now on the right corner. Back to Malco, top of the key. Becky left side to Ruff. Moe thinks about a 3, passes it up. Drives, jump pass outside to Larkin. She thought about a 3, gives to Holland. Holland top of the key for Rochester. Drives it right hard, wrap around pass to Malco. Becky drives hard to the left. She throws a shot up. It's good! 21-13. 4:40 to play in the first half. Du Bois brings it up the floor. Near the timeline. I don't think anybody has used a timeout yet. Hasty against Holland. Hasty dribbles to her right. Now in the right corner to Miller. Miller with Kennedy guarding her behind the arc to Trexler. 18-footer is short. Offensive rebound, and Oak Hill knocks it away from each other. Kennedy picks it up. I think gets it in the eye. She's got another one. And now Malco across the timeline. 4:06 to play the first half. Rochester up by 8 at 21-13. And now Rochester will look to run some clock. Holland high on the right side near the timeline. Back to Malco high on the left side. In the corner to Ruff. Moe looking for Musselman. Can't get it. Dribbles through traffic. Goes to the basket. Throws it out of bounds. No call. And now the call is going back to Rochester, or going back to Oak Hill.
That's just the second turnover on Rochester.
3:48 to play first half. Rochester by 8 at 21-13. Rochester again in a full court press.
Morgan trying to create something down low, dribbling through the traffic. Probably not an advised move.
Du Bois to the center circle. Malco works against her. Du Bois works to the left wing. Bounce pass on the baseline. Miller goes to the basket hard, and nobody steps in front of her to take the charge or try to stop the shot, and that's probably the easiest two she's had in this entire sectional.
Well, Morgan Ruff got trapped on the pick at the top of the key and left Scott wide open for the shot on the baseline.
Larkin loses the basketball, picks it up on the baseline. We're going to have to call timeout, but nope, Holland gets it. Holland in the lane. She'll back it out wisely with 3:18 to play in the first half. Rochester by 6. X goes to the basket, and she's going to be blocked out of bounds.
Yep.
Oak Hill got away with a foul there as they came over the back as Dahlquist and Maddie Shively comes in for the first time, and coming out is Kennedy and Moe. Oak Hill Rochester basketball, baseline left. Malco on the baseline, out to Holland. From the left baseline, 3 is short. Rebound by Oak Hill. Miller outlets to Scott. Oak Hill runs. Scott outside left. Jump stops, now underhands it to Du Bois in the center circle. Du Bois backs it out, under 3 to play in the first half. Rochester by 6. Trexler drives it hard to the baseline, runs over the defense. We have a charge on Trexler. Flop or not, I like it out of Larkin.
Trexler picks up her second. Lautenheiser and Trexler and Roby all with 2 now for Oak Hill.
2:51 to play in the first half. Rochester by 6. And Rochester basketball going to our left. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. It's been tight throughout. Rochester's biggest lead has been 8. Larkin to Holland, middle of the floor. Back to Malco, high on the right side. 2:38 to play first half. Rochester leads 21-15. Bounce pass to Larkin at the volleyball line right between the rings.
Larkin's got a couple of 3-pointers here in this quarter.
She wasn't even close to starting the count.
3 feet away, I guess, is where they started.
Apparently. 2:20. Holland backs it out to the center circle. Now Malco high on the right side. Defense extends out and guards her. Malco around the defense, goes to the basket. Leaner on the way. A lot of contact, no foul. Larkin to the rebound. Step back 3. Right wing. Good!
Allie Larkin with her third 3-pointer of this quarter.
24-15. Rochester out to 9-point lead. 2 minutes to play in the first half.
That hurts if you're a Lady Eagle. You get the stop down low in the paint. The long rebound comes out, and Larkin drills a 3.
Scott works right side hard. Wide open backdoor pass to Hastings here. Shot no good. The putback is no good. But Miller going to go to the line to shoot 2 as Dahlquist is going to pick up another foul.
That'll be her second, just the team 4th. In that situation, though, that's a good foul by Dahlquist. You can't give up a wide open layup. You got to stop them from scoring, send them to the free throw line 10 feet away.
The only thing bad about it is now Dahlquist has 2.
You're right.
And Miller just hit the first free throw. Musselman and Ruff back in. Dahlquist and Shively to sit. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. It's an 8-point lead right now for Rochester. And Miller for Oak Hill with one more freebie. Looking to cut this one to 7. She eyes the second one, lets it fly, and it rattles in. 24-17. Like to see Rochester tick away this last 100 seconds and get the final shot.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I think that's what Coach Holland, that's what Coach Holland just told everybody on the floor. X gets the batted ball, steps back behind the arc. Now out to Malco. Malco drives the baseline. She'll go in for 2. It's no good. A lot of contact, no foul. Rebound Oak Hill.
Got to use the glass when you come in at that odd angle.
Scott in the paint. Floater on the way. Nope. Rebound tipped around. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Oak Hill. Rochester going to get it back. Minute 20 to play. First half. Rochester by 7 at 24-17. So much for milking 100 seconds away, huh?
Right.
You know they can do it because we saw them do it last night, 3 minutes.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, we've seen it all year, really. Bounce pass to Holland high on the right side, a minute 10. Holland.
Coach Stasiak doesn't want to take away the momentum. We've had a good quarter.
Yeah, we don't want to go to halftime either. Just keep playing.
You're right.
I think that ought to be an option. If you're a home team or if you're the winning team on the scoreboard, you have an option to go to halftime or not. Malco to the paint. Jumper on the way is good with a lot of contact, no foul.
That time she made good use of the glass.
26-17, 45 seconds. Du Bois gets instructions from Coach Law, the Oak Hill bench. Du Bois, now the center circle.
I would guess we're starting to see a little fatigue in the Oak Hill legs.
I think you're probably right. Du Bois just about loses it. Inside the three-point line, wraparound pass to Scott. 3 from the baseline is short. Rebound to Larkin. 28 seconds.
And that's a good indication of tired legs.
Right. 26-17, Rochester. Lead is 9 with 20 seconds to play in the second quarter.
And I think that's part of the reason why Coach Stasiak wants to keep the tempo high. He wants to get those legs tired. He wants to wear them down.
13 seconds. And now Oak Hill's just going to let them milk away the last 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Larkin has the basketball with 4. Just inside the arc. Jumper at the buzzer's no good. And that'll do it. At halftime, Rochester leads 26-17. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. Back at Rochester High School, going to the third quarter. Oak Hill and Rochester out with our starting 5, and Oak Hill will start with the basketball to start the third quarter.
Foul trouble for Oak Hill. Lottenheiser with 2, Roby with 2, and Trexler with 2. For Rochester, Dahlquist with 2.
So Oak Hill will start. Miller with the triggered in. Does so to Miller. Works against Ruff. And she hands off to Du Bois. Like to say hi to the Indiana Slugger Fats pitch team. Listening to the broadcast at Crown Point tonight. Had a big win today without their head coach. That's saying something, isn't it? 2 losses today. What's the common denominator?
Coach needs to stay away.
That's all right. Holland steals the basketball. X, right wing, out of Malco. Goes to the basket, throws in a shot. We're going to have a charge on Malco.
Oh, my. That's her second
crazy.
foul.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
A score, another sectional championship score. Westview leads Whitco 53-41.
That is crazy. Why do these cats have to make it about them? That is crazy. 8-point lead, 9-point lead, that is, for Rochester. Oak Hill gets the basketball back, going to our left. Lottenheiser almost has it stolen. Loses the basketball, but picks it up. Now gives it to Du Bois. Du Bois back to the volleyball line, works to the middle of the rings. Left side, now to Miller. More against Musselman.
Rochester applying a lot of ball pressure. They know the more pressure they can put on Oak Hill, the sooner their legs are going to disappear on them.
Wrap around pass down low to Miller. Her layup is good.
Miller now with 8 for the Golden Eagles.
26-19. Rochester the basketball. Is that a 2-3 zone I see?
I would say we're 1-2-2.
Holland high on the left side. Rochester leading 26-19 here early in the third quarter. Rochester High School. The winner of this game will get either Eastbrook or Taylor next week at Eastern.
And Eastbrook was leading at the end of the first quarter.
Valley leads at halftime. Malco for 3, right baseline is no good. And a weak side rebound to Miller. I'm sorry. To Scott. She takes it all the way coast to coast. Layup is no good. Offensive rebound to Miller. Her put back on the way, and Kennedy's picked up another foul.
Yep, she didn't plant her feet. She kept moving her feet, moved her body into the lady that got the rebound, and that's where she picked up the foul.
So Miller goes to the line to shoot 2. You know, she's already hit a couple from there already.
And that's 2 fouls on Musselman. So Dahlquist will come to the scorer's bench. She also has 2 fouls. Miller 3 of 4 now from the line.
Dahlquist back in, Musselman to come out. The lead has been cut to 6. Miller will have 1 more for Oak Hill. Don't overthink it, girls. Just don't overthink it. Just do what you do. Second one, nope.
Well, you got a rebound. That's the first thing.
Malco grabs it.
Yep, comes out with it.
Becky high on the left side.
Get him up the floor quickly.
Holland wide open 3, right wing. No good, off the mark. Dahlquist with the rebound. Emma put back off the glass. He's good.
Great job by Dahlquist. That's her first 2 points of the ball game. Yep, just take a deep breath and do the simple things. Get the rebound, put it back in.
Here comes a double team. Over the top. Hasty loses the basketball, and Rochester knocks it out of bounds. So we'll stay with Oak Hill baseline left.
Larkin lucky she didn't get tagged with a foul. She had her hands all over that one.
Baseline left are the Eagles. Scott, bounce pass in. Lotzenheiser to Miller to Du Bois. Down low, jumper in the paint, no good. Dahlquist another rebound. Gives to Malco. Rochester runs up by 8. Malco through the center circle. Outside left to Holland. X behind the rings, the work side, right side of Larkin. Alley fakes a 3, drives the baseline, pull up 5-footer, no good. Rebound tipped around, Oak Hill comes out of there with it. Hasty pushes for Lady Eagles. 8-point lead for Oak Hill. I'm sorry, 8-point lead for Rochester. Oak Hill with the basketball. Bounce pass high on the right side to Miller. Miller against Malco. 1 dribble to her left. Now back to Du Bois in the center circle. Now at the volleyball line. Backs it out to the center circle for Oak Hill. Coming down on 3 minutes to play, gone in the third quarter. Rochester up by 8.
Lotzenheimer and Miller, the big scorers for Oak Hill.
Hasty loses the basketball. Holland picks it up.
But tonight it's Miller that's doing the damage.
X on the right wing. Hesitates. Crossover dribble. Kicks it out to Larkin. 3 right wing. Malco for 3 is short. Becky the rebound. Put back on the way. Is no good. Larkin with the rebound. Allie, wraparound pass to Dahlquist, has it tipped away and stolen by Oak Hill. Now Dahlquist gets it back. Emma over the top of the defense, has it stolen. Rochester has the basketball. Now we're going to have a foul on the helter-skelter play by Scott.
So Scott of Oak Hill picks up the foul. Great job by Dahlquist and Larkin to keep that basketball alive.
4:39 to play in the third quarter. Rochester up by 8 at 28-20. Inbounds pass comes into Holland on the right wing. Now back to Malco near the center circle. Becky with the basketball. Works to the right elbow. Out to Holland. Now in the right corner to Malco. Becky throwing about a three. Feeds down low. Ball tipped away and stolen by Lotzenheiser. Lotzenheiser will go coast to coast. Lob pass to Scott. Her jumper's good and a foul.
So now Dahlquist will pick up her third. And Musselman will come back to the bench.
3 for 3. 3 fouls for 3 fouls here as Dahlquist will come back. I'm sorry, Musselman will come back for Dahlquist.
Musselman just with 2 fouls, though.
Oh, 2 fouls?
Yes.
Okay. So going to the free throw line is Abby Scott, the 5'11 senior, looking to cut this lead to 5 with this freebie. 28-22. Rochester on top, 4:20 to play in the third quarter, and the rebound bounces in. 28-23. What was the score at halftime?
26-17.
Malco with the basketball. Man-to-man defense. Nope, 2-3 zone.
6-2 run here in the third quarter for Oak Hill. And Rochester throws it away again. That's their second turnover in this quarter.
Du Bois layup, no good. Rebound by Larkin. Allie with the basketball. Rochester pushes. 4 to play in the third quarter. Rochester by 5. Larkin high on the left side to Holland. X bounce pass to Malco. Becky back to Holland on the right side. Looking down low to Kennedy. Can't get her. Boy, they're going to double team her too when it comes in there. Holland goes to Malco.
Rochester with just 2 turnovers in the first half. They've got 2 in this quarter.
Larkin for 3 is good from the left baseline.
Larkin now 4 for 4 from three-point range.
And the lead is back to 8 at 31-23. Du Bois over the top of the defense. Lotzenheimer for 3. Right side is good. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Well, that's Lotzenheimer's first points of the game.
31-26. Rochester lead back to 5. Bounce pass to Ruff from the free throw line. Too hard off the back of the rim. Rebound to Oak Hill. Hasty. Oh, double dribbles, no call. Are you kidding me? What are we looking at, fellas? To Du Bois. She drives. Throws up a shot over Musselman. A lot of contact, no foul. And now we're going to have a charge on Du Bois. That'd have been better if he just called nothing. This cat has called nothing but charges tonight. That one was a poor call against Oak Hill. This one down here is a poor call against Malco.
That's
poor.
Second foul against Du Bois. Well, at least they're consistent.
Consistently poor? Okay, I'm with you.
It's better than not being consistent.
Malco right elbow, bounce pass to Ruff. Mo being double teamed, dribbles away from trouble, now to Holland. 2:50 to play in the third quarter, Rochester by 5. Holland has her pocket picked by Lotzenheiser. Over the top of the defense to Du Bois, and Du Bois is fouled on the shot by Holland. And I would imagine Coach Stasiak will probably use a timeout here to calm things down.
That's the first on Holland. Well, that time Lotzenheimer just did the same thing to Holland that Holland usually does to other players.
She's made a career off of what Lotzenheiser just did to her.
He just went right up to her and took it away from her.
2:47 to play in the third. Rochester by 5. At the free throw line is Du Bois. First one is on the way and way off the mark.
Yeah, the legs are getting tired. And I think, if anything, the reason Coach Tony Stasiak doesn't call a timeout right at this point is because he wants his team to continue to run Oak Hill up and down the floor. He wants to get those legs tired.
Second one for Du Bois is good. Don't forget we're streaming live on RTC4.com. The entire Slugger Fast Pitch team is watching the live feed.
Good.
I like it. 4-point lead for Rochester. 2:40 to play in the third. Larkin to Malco. High on the left side. Malco back to Larkin. Drives her to the right wing. Now to Holland, the baseline. Back to Larkin. Around the defense, goes to the free throw line. Pulls up on the dribble. Now to Holland on the right wing. X behind the three-point line. Now back to Larkin at the volleyball line. 2:20 to play, third quarter. And then the passing lane is jumped. Oak Hill loses it in the backcourt. And now we're going to have a foul on McCorkle.
McCorkle picks up her second.
Boy, we are not being very crisp right now with passes.
No, we are not. I would say that Rochester's showing a little bit of fatigue now, too.
2:19 to play in the third. 4-point lead for Rochester. The biggest lead of the night for Rochester has been 9 coming in the second quarter. Larkin pulls it out to the center circle. High on the left side of Malco. Drives it left. Cut off by the double team. Out to Ruff. Mo around the defense. Now to Larkin. Larkin right side to Holland. Quick three. Right baseline. Nope. Defensive rebound for Oak Hill. McCorkle pushes ahead to Scott. The Scott crossover dribble in the lane. Jumper on the way is good over Musselman. And the lead is down to 2.
Scott now with 11.
Minute 45 to play in the third. The Oak Hill fans come to their feet.
Well, they should. They've done a great job this quarter.
Larkin for 3 is off the mark, no good. And the rebound to Oak Hill. They have a chance to tie or take the lead. Rotzenheiser
finding themselves out of position more and more often.
3 for the lead is no good. And Larkin to the rebound in minute 30. Rochester up 31-29. A minute 20 to play in the third quarter.
They've been outscored 12-5 in this quarter.
Yeah, we talked about how nice the second quarter was, and Oak Hill just flipped it on us.
Right. It's going to come down to a battle here in the fourth quarter.
Down to 67 seconds. Malco stands in the center circle and dribbles from right hand to left hand, down to 60 seconds. 2-point lead for Rochester. High on the left side now, X holds and just stands there and holds. Now back to Malco in the center circle. Becky just holds, looks at Coach Stasiak, gets instructions. 46 seconds left in the third. Rochester nursing a 2-point lead. Becky Malco stands in the center circle with 40 seconds to go in the third.
Larkin 4 for 4 from 3-point range in this basketball game.
Malco in the center circle with 30.
I'm sorry, she did miss one last time she shot it, didn't she? So 4 for 5.
2-point lead for Rochester. We're down to 22. X and Becky exchange words in the center circle. Now X comes to the right wing with 17. Oak Hill letting them tick away this clock here in the third. Malco holds with 13. Still in the center circle with 11. Now starts to dribble with 10. Becky Malco to the volleyball line with 8. Goes left wing, accelerates around the defense. Throws the ball away. It's loose. Oak Hill picks it up with 3. McCorkle on the way. Jumper at the buzzer's no good, and that'll do it. After 3, Rochester leads 31-29. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI.
That was ugly.
Our community is bustling with new energy and purpose. There are new opportunities on the horizon, new homes, new businesses, new infrastructure. Your local Fulton County Chamber of Commerce is part of a coalition spearheading new efforts to revitalize our community. Come explore our resources, our workshops, our networking events. Come see our new commitment to you and your business. The Fulton County Chamber of Commerce. Join or renew today. Join and succeed.
Going to the fourth quarter at Rochester High School. Well, the Lady Zebras have taken 3 of the 4. They need to take one more here as this is the sectional championship game at Rochester.
2 of 3.
So, what?
I don't know what you said, but they took 2 of 3.
2 of 3.
Yes. Like you said, they said 3 or 4 or something like that.
Well, they've won 3 of the 4 quarters.
Not yet they haven't.
We won the first quarter, the second quarter, and the third quarter, right?
Third quarter we got scored 12-5.
Well, but we've had the lead after each quarter.
We lead in the ball game.
Yes.
But that's only because of how much we outscored them in the first 2 quarters.
So here we go. Rochester will start the fourth and final quarter of the basketball. Holland, Malco, Ruff, Larkin, and Musselman. The original 5 for Oak Hill. Nope. Original 4 for Oak Hill, McCorkle. Can we milk away 8 minutes?
I don't think we want to. 2 points is not going to get it.
Malco out to Holland. X in the middle of the floor. 2-3 zone by Oak Hill. Now the defense is extended to the volleyball line. Holland against McCorkle. Picks up the dribble. High on the left side to Malco. Becky. Oak Hill jumps the dribble, but gets it out to Larkin.
Yeah, they know what Rochester's going to do. They're well coached here on this scenario.
Well, this isn't his first rodeo.
No, they're cutting off the passing lanes and trying to jump them and create havoc out front.
Ruff around the defense, now to Holland. Excellent left wing, now in the corner to Malco. Becky drives the baseline. Oh, she loses out of bounds with so much contact, no foul. It's going to go back to Oak Hill.
That's 6 turnovers now for Rochester. Well, you're in that stage of the season, that stage of this ball game where you're going to have to make the play regardless of the contact.
Oak Hill has not led since 9-8. Minute gone in the game.
And the only time,
fourth quarter.
The only time an official call makes a difference in the game is when it's a tight one.
Yep, you're right. McCorkle around the defense at the free throw line. Loses the handle, picks it up. Down low to Miller. Her jumper's off the mark, no good. And the rebound's tipped out of bounds by Larkin. It will stay with Oak Hill baseline left.
Good defense by Musselman. She didn't foul. She stuck her hand straight up in the air, and it caused the shot to go off the other end.
6:50 to play in the game. 31-29 Rochester. McCorkle will look to trigger it in. McCorkle looking to get it in. Looking.
Yeah.
And now we're going to have a legal screen on Oak Hill. And is that going to be on Lotzenheiser?
Yep, that's her third. Team fifth.
I thought there was going to be a 5-second whistle, but we call it a legal screen. Again, a charge and nothing else from that cat.
If Rochester can get a couple more fouls, they'll be in the bonus.
Yep. 2-point lead for Rochester. Here comes a little half-court trap.
1-1.
What'd you say?
Bonus.
Musselman wide open down low, puts it up for 2, and it's good.
Great cross-court pass from Becky Malco through traffic down low to Musselman.
Hasty high on the right side. 4-point lead now for Rochester. Minute and a half going in the third. Oh, they're carrying no call.
Just about. She didn't put it back on the floor.
Miller high on the right side. In the lane to Hasty. She's fouled going to the basket, and it'll be 2 free throws, and Allie Larkin slow to get up.
Larkin picks up her first, and she hit her head on the floor.
She bangs her head on the floor, and she's still down.
Let's hope that's not a concussion.
She's still down. Paul, let's take a timeout. We're going to be back after this on 92.1 WROI. 6 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the basketball game.
Hasty making her first trip to the free throw line. She hasn't scored yet in this ball game.
Allie Larkin walks off under her own power. Free throw for Hasty is good. Christina Hughes, the trainer, looking at her now. She's touching the back left side of her head. That's where she banged the floor.
Well, I saw her when she walked off say that she was fine. She just had a headache.
Dahlquist comes in, so for the first time in a long, long time, Musselman and Dahlquist in the game at the same time.
Well, let's see if Rochester can make something happen here.
Holland to Malco.
Larkin was Rochester's leading scorer in this ball game with 12.
6 minutes to play. 33-31 Rochester. Larkin comes closer to the coaches. She's ready to go.
Yeah.
Malco travels.
Yep. She hesitated too long. She should have went up with it when the pass wasn't there on the blocks. She should have just went up.
5:57 to play in the game. Rochester by 2.
This is where freaky things can happen. A tight ball game late in the fourth quarter.
1-3-1. 1-3-1 right now. Larkin will come back in. McCorkle gets the basketball back and double dribbles. Scott for 3. Left baseline is no good. Rough with the board. And Coach Stasiak says, hey, let's push it. Come on, get down the floor.
Yep.
Malco right wing. Out to Holland, top of the key. X with the basketball. Thinking about a 3. Works to the right wing. Clears out Rough from the right side. Here comes the half-court trap around the defense of Malco.
Oak Hill looking to double team the basketball out front.
Rough around the defense to Malco on the right side. Becky. Couple of dribbles to Rough. Works to the right elbow in the paint. Out to Holland. Left side to Malco. Down low to Dahlquist. Jumper on the way for him is no good. Kennedy's put back is no good. And the rebound to Oak Hill. Scott pushing down the floor. 5 to play in the game. Rochester by 2. Lotzenheiser, long 3 for Oak Hill is short. And the rebound to Dahlquist. I mean a long 3. Yeah. She was 8 feet behind the arc.
Rochester really needs to get a couple buckets here and stretch this lead back out and create a cushion.
Rochester will take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Ladies Eager Basketball, 92.1 WROI. 4:43 to play in the game. Rochester up by 2. It's after 3. Thank you, Doug Benton. Tippecanoe Valley leads Fairfield 43-25. And the closest game of the night?
This one.
No, your score.
Oregon Davis over Hebron, 96-40.
Final?
That's a final.
96. I didn't hear that. I heard 90. Rough top of the key. Larkin back in the game. I like it. Love the fight, young lady. Rough out to Holland. Back to Rough on the left side. To Holland in the paint. Kicks it out to Malco. Becky picks up the basketball. Now to Rough. 3. Right wing. Good!
Morgan Ruff with her first points of the game, and they're big ones.
Scott, left wing for Oak Hill. Underhands to McCorkle. McCorkle works between the rings. Rochester by 5, 4 to play. McCorkle high on the right side. To Scott. Now to Hasty. Back to Scott on the left wing.
Scott and
3 for Oak Hill is good by Lotzenheiser.
She's the one you got to keep your eye on, her and Scott.
4-point lead for Rochester at 36-34. Malco to Ruff in the left corner. Mo in the left wing. Dribbles top of the key to Malco. Becky back to Ruff top of the key. Mo holds, drives it right, kicks it out to Holland right side of the corner to Malco. Becky gives to Holland on the baseline, kicks it out to Larkin. Just above the free throw line. It's short. X with the rebound, and we're going to be, a foul is called on that far side, I believe, by Hasty.
Yep, Hasty will pick up her first, team 6th. So Rochester again, one more foul, and they'll be in the 1-on-1.
Dahlquist will come back into the game for the Lady Zebras. Rochester leading 36-34, 3:17 to play in the game. Musselman out, and Dahlquist is in. Larkin will trigger it in right in front of the student body on the far side. Nope, now we're going to go under the basket.
Yep.
Larkin's still going to trigger it in.
Still just a 2-point ball game for the Lady Zebras.
Alley gets it in the baseline to Malco. Becky around the defense, wrap around pass to Holland. 3 straight away. Good!
Holland with her second 3 of the ball game. She has 6.
39-34.
A little defense here, ladies.
Is that the right score?
Yes.
Hasty, baseline to Lotzenheiser. Over the defense to McCorkle. Wasn't it just 30?
We had a 2-point lead.
Okay. Lotzenheiser's 3, no good. And the rebound to Lotzenheiser. Lotzenheiser in the paint, kicks it out to Miller. Wide open 3, right wing. Nope, too hard. And the rebound to Malco, and we're going to have a foul on Ruff.
No.
Ruff came over the back of Malco.
On Hasty. But Rochester is in the 1-on-1.
I think Ruff came out over the back of Malco. Timeout, Oak Hill. It's a 60. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to play in this championship game. Rochester owns a 5-point lead at 39-34.
Oh, wow. And
after the Oak Hill timeout, they'll have the basketball going to our left.
Some other scores of interest. Lafayette Central Catholic defeated Seeger 28-25. They will be a possible regional championship contender for whoever wins this one.
Again, this one.
Valley leads Fairfield 43-25 at the end of 3. Whitco and Westview have gone to overtime. They were tied at 57. Argus won their first sectional since 2006.
I'm sorry, Rochester has the basketball against the full court press. Malco across the timeline, right in front of Coach Stasiak, loses the basketball out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Oak Hill. Can anybody be a referee to sectional?
I don't know.
Apparently just anybody can walk in and be a referee in the sectional.
I'll tell you what, out of all the officials we've had this week, I would say these 3 were probably the best.
Whoa, that's saying something.
It is.
And then Malco steals the basketball. Becky will go in for the right-handed left. It's good! 41-34 Rochester. 2:20 to play in the game. Scott, left wing, against a double team. Gets it out to Lotzenheiser, high on the left side. Oak Hill sets up the offense in the center circle. 2:10 to play in the game. Rochester by 7. 41-34.
They took a 2-point ball game and did a great job of stretching it back to 7 as Malco gets a steal and a foul.
And then Malco will go to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus.
On McCorkle, that's her 3rd.
2 minutes to play in the game. Rochester by 7. Becky going to the line looking to stretch this to 9. So Du Bois back in for Oak Hill. Dahlquist back in for Musselman. And Becky going to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus.
So the seniors for Rochester making an impact here late in the game.
Well, yeah, we expect them to do that.
Right.
Becky eyes the first one, lets it fly. Yepper rattles in and goes in. 1 more coming for the senior. Looking to push his bad boy to 9. 2:04 to play in the basketball game.
Eastbrook at the end of 3 leads Taylor 31-26.
Becky's second one, good again. Rochester's biggest lead right now, 9. Matches their biggest lead.
Yes.
43-34.
And it couldn't come at a better time.
Hasty around the defense, almost stolen by Malco. Du Bois has it, picks up the dribble. Gives him the baseline to Hasty. She drives the baseline. She goes in for the layup, no good. And it's going to go out of bounds off the top of the backboard. It's going to go back to Rochester, leading by 9. Minute 50 to play in the game.
Now you'll get to see Holland, Curly O'Neill, Alexa Holland dribble away the basketball game.
So for the young listeners out there, that's the old-time Harlem Globetrotters.
You know, the one that slides around the floor and dribbles off his hip and everything.
Oak Hill will take a 60. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. One minute, 50 seconds to play in the game. Rochester leading 43-34. It'll be Rochester basketball after the Oak Hill timeout. They're down to 3 timeouts. Rochester has 4. What a dandy.
That was a 2-point ball game when this quarter started, and for the better first half of this quarter, it was still a 2-point ball game. And then a 3 by Morgan Ruff, a 3 by Alexa Holland, and a couple of timely steals by Becky Malco, and they've stretched this back out. And Rochester in the 1-1 for the rest of the ball game.
Rochester will work against the full court press. Malco will trigger it in underneath the Oak Hill basket. Malco to Holland. Here comes the pressure. X pushes up the floor. Hesitates. Now switches directions. Out to Larkin. Alley through the center circle. High on the right side of Malco. Now catch me if you can.
Yep, and they're not putting any pressure. Now here it comes.
Wrap around pass to X. X keeps her footing. Ball loose. And now we're going to have a foul by Hasty. And Mecki will go to the line to shoot one of the bonus. And right now Hasty just bailed out Rochester.
Yeah, that she did. Hasty picks up her third, although one of the officials was calling tip ball. So I think we were all right.
Oh, okay. Very good. Dahlquist back in, Musselman out. Becky to the line to shoot one of the bonus, looking to push this one to double digits. 95 seconds to play in the game.
Malco with 14 points in this basketball game.
Rochester by 9. Becky with 1 and the bonus. The senior eyes the first one, lets it fly. Nope, too hard. Rebound to Oak Hill.
That's her first miss from the free throw line.
Oak Hill with the basketball over the top of the defense to Lutzenheiser. And now we're going to have a foul down low by Holland. That's only the team sixth.
Yep, and that's only her second. So we've got fouls to give, or we did have.
Yeah, we don't anymore.
No.
Musselman back in. Offense for defense. Dahlquist will come out.
Make them work. Even if they get a shot off, make them work around the horn, make them look for it.
Minute 24. Rochester by 9 at 43-34. Du Bois will look to trigger it in. Baseline right. Du Bois looking. Lobs it in to Lutzenheiser. Spinner in the lane on the way is good. Poor defensive effort.
That was too easy.
By 44.
Nobody wanting to pick up another foul.
Full court press by Oak Hill. Malco crosses through the double team. Picks up the basketball out to Holland. Left side to Larkin. Yep.
Lucky she didn't get a carry call.
Minute 8 to play. She's fouled again by Du Bois, and she'll go to the line to shoot one of the bonus with 67 seconds.
Du Bois picks up her third. Malco, 6 of 7 from the line in this ball game. She's got 14 points.
Dahlquist back in, Musselman out. One of the bonus for the senior, Becky Malco. Becky's first free throw on the way is good. And the lead is back to 8. One more coming for the senior, looking to push it back to 9. Becky gets the basketball from the official. She'll step up. Eyes it, flies it, no good, and the rebound's knocked out of bounds by Ruff. She just about got it.
She trying to split between the two Oak Hill players, but unable to control it.
66 seconds. Du Bois looking to get it in. She's got to hurry. It's going to be a 5-second. Woo, baby, that was close. 4.5.
I think he slowed down his count.
Hasty to Du Bois. A minute to play in the game. A minute to play. Rochester by 8. And then Malco steals the pass. Malco picks up her dribble. Ruff has the basketball, and now we're going to have a timeout taken by the Lady Zebras. It'll be a 30. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. 51.5 seconds to play in the basketball game. Rochester leading by 8.
Well, one of the 3 TRC teams has fallen tonight in the sectional final. Whitco has lost to Westview in overtime. Westview wins their 4th straight sectional.
Holland dribbles to the high side, 45 seconds. Malco dribbles against a triple team. Fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 44 seconds to play in the game. Rochester by 8. Becky has been the story of this entire tournament.
She has been. She's got 15 points in this game. She had 22 and 18 in the other 2 games.
Rochester by 8 at 44-36 with 44 seconds to play in the game. Becky Malco with 2. Becky eyes the first one. Nothing but net. Dahlquist back in, Musselman to come out. Becky Malco with one more, looking to push this lead to 10, which would be the biggest lead of the night for Rochester. Malco's second one, eyes it, flies it, buys it. Valley wins, 54-31. 40 seconds. Hasty kicks it out, stolen by Malco with 35. Rochester by 10 with 32. Malco across the timeline, gives to Ruff. Mo is fouled with 28.6. Come on, get on your feet for crying out loud. What are you doing? Get up.
They're like you. They're too scared to celebrate before the final buzzer.
28.6 to play in the game. Rochester by 10. Mo at the line for 2. First one for the sophomore. Nope. One more coming.
Morgan Ruff struggled at the free throw line today. She's 0 for 3.
Mo with one more.
She had a huge three-pointer to start this fourth quarter.
Second one for Ruff, short. Rebound to Malco. Now Ruff has it with 25. Now X has it with 22. And X is fouled with 22.7.
Great job by Becky Malco. You know, not only is she the leading scorer, but how many steals, how many assists, how many,
we're about to find that out.
We've seen her do something spectacular to carry these Lady Zebras.
Holland with 2. First one, Yepper. And now Coach Law will clear his bench, as will Coach Stasiak. Shively in. Karina Peterson in. Becky Malco, stand up on your feet. Give her a round of applause. That was fantastic. Larkin comes out. Ruff comes out. Courtney Gast in for the first time tonight. X at the free throw line for one more. Second one for the senior. Yep, and she'll come out. Elliott Harsh will come in. Rochester by 12. 22 seconds to play in the game. Rochester up 48-36. Oak Hill will bring it up the floor. 20 seconds. 18 seconds. 17 seconds. Jumper by Du Bois. Nope. Yep. 10 seconds. Gas gets it in with 8. Gas with 7. Dribbles it off the Oak Hill. Nope, off her foot and out of bounds with 6. Rochester down up by 10. Rochester up by 10 with 6 seconds to play in the game. They will be back-to-back sectional champs. Back-to-back sectional champs. 3 for Oak Hill is no good with 2. Offensive rebound, the put back with 1, and that'll do it! Rochester, the Class 2A sectional champs, will go to the regional next weekend. Post-game show coming up next, 92.1 WROI.
Allie Larkin with 12, and Becky Malco, again, for the third time this week, has led the Lady Zebras with 17 points. She was 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Larkin, 4 3-pointers, as she had 3 of those in the second quarter that carried Rochester out to that 9-point halftime lead, and then a timely one in the third, which managed to keep Rochester that 2-point lead at the end of that quarter. Rochester 7 of 10 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter, 13 of 21 overall for the ball game. They committed just 9 turnovers. Back-to-back sectional champions are the Rochester Lady Zebras. I don't know the last time that's happened. Back when they won state in 2004, I believe they lost in the sectional final the year before that. And so this back-to-back sectional championships, that goes back before my time. That's back before '95.
You know, I'm not a very emotional guy, but
this one we had to earn it. You give Oak Hill credit for that. Rochester had to earn this title, and it was well deserved. Hey, next Saturday at Eastern High School, Rochester Lady Zebras will take their 23-1 record on the road, and they will face Eastbrook, another 20-5 2A school in the regional at Eastern High School. Eastern High School is roughly an hour southeast of here, east of Kokomo, and you can look it up on
22.
Yep, look it up on Google Maps or whatever. Like I said, it's about an hour away. Rochester will play the noon game. The morning game, the 10 o'clock game, looks like it's going to be, LCC won over Seeger, and I think they are probably going to be looking at Frankton. So Frankton and Lafayette Central Catholic in the morning game at 10 o'clock at Eastern High School. Rochester and Eastbrook will face off then at noon at Eastern High School next Saturday. And, of course, your favorite commentators, David and I, will have that second game with Rochester and Eastbrook for you, and we'll probably be on the air in the neighborhood of around 11:30.
You know, we've been very fortunate, Bradley. We've experienced now. Not only we've experienced a couple of sectional championships.
Yeah.
we've never experienced back-to-back.
Yeah.
And to have your daughter part of that,
right?
That's pretty special.
Well, I remember when my son played, they won a sectional his sophomore year, and it was the first time Rochester had won a sectional in 26 years. And I was calling the game. And to have him come off the floor at the final buzzer and give me a hug on the air, for their first sectional win in 26 years was fantastic. So I know what you're going through. And it is emotional, and you love to see your kids succeed. And Kennedy had a heck of a ball game today, as did all of the Lady Zebras that played in this basketball game. You can't say enough. They've adversed through a lot this season. They've had a lot of expectation on their shoulders all year long to win 23 of 24 ball games, and now they've got a trophy to put in the trophy case to document this fantastic season. And next Saturday will be another championship Saturday for Rochester High School as they survive and move on, and we'll have an opportunity to try and make it back-to-back regional titles. And hey, Paul, let's take a quick timeout here while we wait on Coach Stasiak again. The Rochester Lady Zebras knock off Oak Hill Lady Eagles by a score of 48-38 to claim their second consecutive sectional championship. We'll be back after this. You're listening to WROI 92.1.
Back at Rochester High School. Final tonight, 48-38. Stays, I don't even know what you're going through. This is pretty emotional for me this time. I don't know why. They fought hard. They didn't fight any harder than what they did last year, but maybe this one's a little more special. I don't know.
Boy, that's like asking, who's your favorite kid?
Yeah.
I mean, when you rise up, and like we said, it's just different. There was, last year was the pure joy release of coming close 5 times and finally getting over that hill. This year is just different. I mean, expectations deserved by the girls, and but just that bullseye and the expectations and taking everybody's best shot, and Keaton's injury and Mo and Emma, everybody kind of missing games there, and then Kennedy, and it just kind of always seemed like you're just kind of something, and get to that, finally get through the regular season, and then you get to the sectional, and trust me, it's great being here. I absolutely love it, but there's also other pressures. So this one was more of a amen, hallelujah.
Yeah.
Great Oak Hill team. They got us back on our heels at the start. We talked about, how are the referees going to call it? So we played a little conservative. That might have played into their hands. But, boy, we knocked down some big-time shots when we absolutely needed to. And I think I told you in the pregame, this is a game where we needed Mo and Kennedy, and boy, did those two come through big time. Mo knocking down that huge three. Kennedy just taking up space, rebounding, going strong. Emma was just Emma the way she's been, but I'll tell you what, we don't get this if Mo and Kennedy don't come up as big as they did.
States, they had you down to a couple of points there late in the game. You never once lost your composure.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. How's Allie?
Good. I mean, I wouldn't put her back in the game unless Christina told me she was okay. I mean, there's bigger things in life, as fun as this is, but especially with head injuries, when we went down, she looked like she might have been in a lot of pain. I think it might have scared her. Thank God she's a girl, because those ponytails, and that's true.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Those ponytails help soften the blow of the hardwood floor sometimes. So once I got the okay from Christina, I asked Allie if she was okay, and I knew what the answer was going to be, but you still got to ask it. There ain't no way she was coming back out of this game. So she went back in, and that kind of settled us down. And, free throws were good for us in the fourth quarter. X and Mo knocking down a couple shots there, and defense was solid. We were able to stay in our traps in the fourth quarter and kind of rattle them. And, we always talk it's a team effort, but, boy, this sure one felt a lot like it too.
Yeah, like we said there, before I interrupt you, I apologize for that.
Nope.
They had you down to 2 points a couple of times. You never lost your composure.
Yeah, I thought as long as we had the lead, I know the timeout things, there's all, why don't you take a timeout to stop a run? Sometimes a timeout can add to the run. We were okay. I just wanted to let them know that I thought we were all right. Had we lost the lead there, I mean, there was a minute and a half. I looked up at the clock. I'm like, let's try to get through this a little bit. And, I trust my team, and they got at least a stop and just got us the ball back, ran the clock down to the end of the third quarter, and You know, we talk about four fights, 4 rounds of a fight. And, you know, we may have lost that third one a little bit, but we still have the lead. And, you know, we're able to get to where we would do best, which is spread the floor, hit free throws, and close games out right where we want to be.
You know, I know that everybody contributed to every win, but Becky Malco had a tournament.
Yeah.
She had a sectional.
Yeah, special. You know, you're right. It takes everybody, but, boy, if you had a sectional MVP, she should, or finals,
Absolutely.
you know, like they have finals MVP, she would sure be it. And Larkin and Mo were very consistent. X did her thing. Like I said, 8 points, but they were big 8. You know, 2 big threes and 2 free throws. I told her there, came over, she gave up the ball too quick a couple times against the pressure. And I said, hey, don't you want to be the line? Because I sure want you there. And then she hung on the ball and then hit those 2. So, boy, it's just.
It seemed like those threes, Stays, came at crucial times.
Oh, yeah.
You needed every one of those threes,
Yeah.
and they went down for you at big times.
Yeah, I don't know what we were for the 3-point line. Did you get final stats?
Yeah,
or
I think
anything?
so. That's it.
Yeah, 7 of 17. That was big. You know, you outscored a team by 12 points from the 3-point line, especially in a like this. Getting to the free throw line and knocking down threes, those are huge momentum boosts in the regular season. In the tournament, those are ginormous when you can knock down big threes late.
Boy, I'm not even going to talk about next week. I know we play Eastbrook, but it doesn't matter. Go celebrate, Stays. I appreciate your
Absolutely.
time and congratulations, and
We sure will.
we get another week of fun.
Yes, we do. There's only 64 teams left playing, and we're one of them.
Lady Zebra head coach Tony Stasiak here in the postgame show. We appreciate his time. Again, Rochester wins 48-38. They're now 23-1. Let's take another break. We'll come back and put a bow on this one at Rochester High School, 92.1 WROI. For the final time tonight, we're back here in sectional championship atmosphere as the Rochester Lady Zebras. When the draw came out, we assumed that we expected, I should say, not assumed. We expected that we would be here to play Oak Hill, and that's exactly how it played out. Oak Hill gave us their best shot, and there for a while it was in question. In fact, a couple of times in that fourth quarter it was down to 2. Rochester hit some timely threes. They hit some free throws, pulled away. The biggest lead of the game was at 12 with about a minute to play in the game, and Rochester won it by 10.
Yeah, you like to see them under pressure like that, be able to respond, hit the big shots, stretch that lead back out. Boy, the last thing you ever want to do is get into a tight ball game in the last 2 minutes of the game where, like we talked about, a bad call or a bad no call, or somebody makes a mistake that they don't normally have. You know, strange things happen in those tight games, and boy, give Rochester credit. The seniors kind of took that game over on their shoulders. The sophomores did the things that they needed to do in order to contribute at the timely times that they were called upon to do so. And, wow, just a great effort down the stretch by Rochester, because I'll tell you what, that second half, Oak Hill came out of the locker room, and they were on a mission, and they did a great job of cutting, like you said, taking the momentum away from Rochester, getting it down to 2 points, and really making a ball game out of this late.
We're going to take a fire truck ride.
All right, sounds good. Those are always fun to have at the end of the season. And
Like to have a big old following.
Yeah.
But I'm out. I'm going to go enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy this with Kennedy.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
We're going to go to Eastern next week and see if we can't celebrate a regional championship as well.
Yeah, a couple really tough ball games next week. It looks like LCC will be taking on, I believe, Frankton in the morning game at 10 o'clock. And then that noon game at Eastern will be your number 2, 23-1 Rochester Lady Zebras taking on Eastbrook, who is, I believe, now 20-5. And they are a lot like Oak Hill. Matter of fact, Oak Hill and Eastbrook split a pair of games, each of them winning by 7 points during the course of this season. So we're going to see a pretty similar ball club next Saturday in that first game.
The final 48-38. Rochester has won 2 consecutive sectional championships and will play for a regional championship next week at Eastern High School. Paul, thank you for your time back at the radio station. For Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. I'll talk to you again on Tuesday. See ya.
Bye.